First thing I like to touch on with the parent-coach Q&A meetings is what makes a great coach, right? Whether you're a seasoned vet, brand new to coaching, or, we just need a coach for your team and you stepped up, your spouse is stepping up, and you're just trying to gain information. I'm going to go over, how we make it an easy experience for you to get out there, have fun, and really be a part of a community, right? That's what we're ultimately trying to do. We're trying to build a youth sports recreational community, because that's what we're about. We're about helping kids succeed in life through sports, and we believe that that's the way youth sports should be. Is that it's a fun, energetic environment always. It's we keep score, and there are lessons to be learned in that. But at the end of the day, our main focus is the kids are having fun. It's a safe, organized environment. It's an edifying environment, and the kids are learning sportsmanship and how to be good teammates and how to work as a unit with their teammates that they're just meeting for the first time when they show up this weekend or next weekend on opening day. So, what makes a great coach? These are 3 areas that we as a team have come together to try to figure out, what we believe makes a great coach, and to educate volunteers on how easy it is to coach, right? So the number one thing, and the number one focus point as a coach is maintaining a fun and positive environment, right? Leaders of all kinds, there's a lot of different leadership styles, but leaders of all kind want to have a positive impact on the kids. And I know you all do too, even if you're a little nervous about coaching, maybe for the first time, or maybe you're not nervous at all. You're just super confident, right? I know you're going to be focused on having a fun and positive environment for your kids. So bring the enthusiasm, encourage them through the drills, right? Encourage them as they're trying to learn how to kick a soccer ball for the first time or the 100th time, but they're still trying to get it down. High fives are our best friend. And always focus on those positive opportunities at the field, right? 50% of what you're doing is just simply that, high-fiving kids, encouraging kids, and just keeping it fun, right? There's the other 50% of following the program and sticking to the I9 Sports experience, which I'll go into in detail in a second. But just remember why we're out there and why you guys are out there, right? Well, you want your kids to have this experience, and you all are helping us create this experience environment for the kids. Next, follow the program, right? One thing that I'll educate you all on and share with you, as I did yesterday in our What to Expect parent meeting, is, we've been around for a while. We've done a lot of amazing things, and we've held ourselves to a very high standard. And in recent seasons at certain venues, there's been times where we've missed the mark, right? And we're trying to get back to the I9 Sports experience and the recipe, as we call it, or the program, right? Stick to the program. That's what we're kind of training up our staff. We've had multiple in-person trainings on how to run programs, how to work with the coaches during practices, how to lead the practices, how to make sure that we are executing what we are providing for our community, for our members, right? So we have our practice plans. Our staff are all educating themselves, training, learning, and getting ready for opening day by following those practice plans. And we want you to as well. You already have access to the Game Day app, which I will get to in a second in a few slides. The Game Day app is your ultimate resource. You can find all those resources on the I9 Sports portal as well. But we have everything in your handheld phone that you can pull out on game day, whether it's Apple, Android, whatever, Google Play Store, Apple Store, the I9 Sports Game Day app. It's a fantastic tool and resource. It has all your practice plans. It has videos. It has diagrams on how to set everything up. It has our rule books. It has everything you need to be successful out there as a coach. So make sure you're sticking to that. That's what we're having our staff stick to as they help out on opening day, as they're working with you guys throughout the season. And should they fill in for you, they're going to be picking up on those weeks that you're out doing the practice plans for week 4 or week 3, whatever week we're on, right? And then last but not least, just sticking to an equal playing time plan, right? I know it's difficult to kind of keep track of subs sometimes as a coach. I've coached a lot in my career thus far. I started coaching youth sports back in college as a sophomore when I started working at the YMCA. And I've been coaching a lot ever since. Little League, YMCA, with I9, actually. I've coached several seasons. And sometimes it can be a lot. You're corralling a lot of different people, especially if you're with a program where you got 9, 10 kids, flag football especially. We have substitution sheets available at the venue. You can also print them off online. They do have those on the app, but we have them at the venue. They will be at the site table. You can ask any I9 staff member for one of the substitution sheets out of the site binder, and they'd be happy to give you one for how many kids you have on your team that week. And that definitely will help you with substitutions if you need it. Last but not least, embody the I-9 sports experience and what that means, right? We have a specific approach with the I-9, and I'm about to get into it on the next page, but make sure that you are embodying what it means to be a part of the I-9 sports experience. Make sure you stay calm at all times out there in the field. If you do get overwhelmed, you need some help, you're out there and things aren't going the right way. I mean, our staff's going to be out there on the fields with you, but if you need our assistance, especially if you're a little nervous on day one, I mean, we'll be out there helping to run the drills. Ask an I-9 sports staff member if you got questions, right? We've got a lot of them out there. We've got over 90 staff that are going to be working throughout our programs, right? In a given weekend, we have about 70 staff that are working at that given weekend on a Saturday. So we've got a lot of staff, a lot of awesome individuals that are really pumped about working with you all. And so use them, right? They're there for a reason, right? And then last but not least, we do have a competitive organization at times with some of the flag football programs, some of the basketball programs, etc. But keep perspective while we're out there. Why are we here? Yes, winning is fun. It is. Losing isn't so fun. However, we want to keep perspective. We don't want to operate in the highs and the lows. We want to try to find the middle. Whether we're winning and having a blast and keeping everybody level-headed, or losing and trying to keep everybody level-headed of I know it's not going well for us, but we're trying to keep it fun. We're trying to keep everybody's perspective throughout the session, which can be difficult. I'm not saying it's easy, but just remember that's what we're trying to do while we're out there. And last thing I'll say on that is, one of the cool things about the I-9 Sports Game Day app for those that are first-time coaches, check it out. There are actually videos and training courses on there. They're not too long, 5-10 minutes, some of them, on how to coach the different age groups, how to coach girls sports if you're coaching a girls division team, how to handle concussions and different things like that, any safety stuff. We do have those national certifications. It's all free. You can take them all, but they are normally you have to pay for courses like that we have we work with the United States Olympic Committee and also Nike to outfit these awesome national certification for coaching. So check them out. They do have some really cool, resources in there to deal with some of this stuff. Stay calm and keep perspective out there. So as I mentioned, the I-9 Sports Experience, what is that, right? Maybe some of you have been with us before and you know what to expect when I say the I-9 Sports Experience. Maybe some of you have seen it and haven't seen it recently. And then there's probably a lot of you who are brand new to I-9, brand new to coaching, et cetera. But the I-9 Sports Experience, we believe, is quality instruction that's fun for kids and convenient for busy families, right? It's a catchy tagline, but it's true. That's what we believe. And these are some of the key points that you are signing up to be a part of, right? You paid money to have your kid in a program that believes in these areas, and we don't just believe in it, we want you to see it out there on the field. So first and foremost, at I-9, you should see your child having fun, right? Sports are meant to be fun. It's the main reason kids are out there doing it. They want to have fun, right? 70% of kids drop out of youth sports by the age of 13 simply for the fact that they are not having fun. We don't want that trend to continue, and we're trying to reverse that curve. And we've got 3,000 athletes that will be joining us this spring that are hopefully going to be having a blast every single weekend, regardless of what's going on, right? Inclusivity. No child is left out. No child is left to sit on the bench while the other kids just get all the playing time, right? We believe in an equal playing time system here. Everybody should be getting opportunities to get out there, play different positions, and do different things. And as coaches, you guys are the spearhead in that effort, right? We have the substitution sheets. We also have roster limitations for a specific reason, right? Maybe you've been waitlisted for a program before, or maybe you've tried to add a 9th kid to your team, but you play Super Pee Wee soccer, right? We have roster limits, so that way we never exceed a situation where kids are getting less than 50% of the playing time. The only time that ever happens is the rare occurrence that we do have a roster of a bunch of kids that are all in the same class or all from the same neighborhood. And, we get 11 kids signed up for a 10-kid program, and the coach is like, we want 11 kids. We're going to rotate them, all that stuff. That's the only instance that happens. We keep everything under a certain roster limit, so that way we can ensure kids get equal playing time. And that goes in practice as well. There's no better time for every kid to get a bunch of reps than during practice. And that's why on opening day and throughout the season, we encourage even just, parents that aren't coaching, right, to help out our coaches, to help out the staff on the field. If we can get 2 to 3 individuals on a field working with a team of 9 kids, that gives us a chance to have 3 groups of 3 getting way more reps and way more touches than 1 line of 9 kids, or 2 lines, 1 with 5, 1 with 4, right? That's the name of the game. We're trying to get reps. We're trying to get kids involved, right? Safety, paramount, right? You all, in order to be a volunteer, have to be background checked. Our staff, background check. We provide these resources. We train. Our staff did all of in-person training. We held 3 in-person trainings leading up to the spring. We held 2 virtual trainings where we go over safety and organization and what to expect and how I-9 Sports is. And so we really spend a lot of time with that. The next 2 things are pretty standard and stuff that you should expect. Convenience and organization, right? We have our practices and games on the same day. We have a set schedule. We want you all to show up and have practice right before your game, so that way you can take care of everything all at once. Ideally all at the same venue, and ideally at the venue you signed up for, but sometimes, unfortunately, that doesn't always work out. We end up having to, move a program to a different venue based on a facility permit that we weren't awarded by the county, or we didn't get enough registrations, or we couldn't do girls basketball. We had to do co-ed basketball for everybody instead. We try to be as convenient as possible, but sometimes it doesn't always work out. But the one thing you can rely on is that practice will come right before your game. And that commitment on the weekend that you're as a volunteer is for your child's team only, unless you want to do other teams. And organization, as I mentioned, we have our structured practice plans and rules, and our staff should be out there making sure that everything is organized. You have the equipment you need. The fields look the way they should. And everything is happening at the start of your practice. We're getting kicked off. The game is starting on time, and we're finishing on time, right? Because at the end of the day, your time is valuable. Your time is meaningful. And you're signing up for a specific program and product. Sportsmanship, we have a very strong emphasis on fair play, healthy competition, age-appropriate competition you might have seen as well. Sportsmanship is huge. We don't want to see taunting. We don't want to see crazy celebrations. We don't want parents and coaches screaming and yelling at the players, at the refs, at each other. I've seen it. It's ugly. We exist to not have that, right? Our staff are trained on de-escalation at the venues with parents, with players, with coaches, and de-escalation tactics on how to alleviate situations should they arise. Let's just work together as a unit, the coaches, the volunteers, etc., working to make sure that that doesn't happen, right? That we are being good sports about everything. We are showing good sportsmanship, because each week has its own sportsmanship value. And I'll get into sportsmanship medals in a second as well. But sportsmanship's key. And last but not least, the equipment, right? You all are coaching. You don't need to bring anything. We've got bags of balls. We've got cones. We've got spot markers. We've got a field. We've got courts. We've got hoops. We've got everything you need for practice before you even get there. Everything that you need for your practice plan should be at the court before you ever show up. You shouldn't have to bring anything. If you want to, you're more than welcome to. And we're not going to stop a coach from running their own practice and having to follow the practice plans if they want to follow their own practice plan. So it's up to you. You make the experience what it is. In a multitude of ways, but we will provide you all the equipment. The one thing you can encourage is families to have their own practice ball to use at home. And if they do bring a practice ball and you notice that, just ask them, hey, did you guys write their name on the ball? Let's get their name written on the ball so we don't lose it, right? The last thing we want is for a child to lose their brand new soccer ball or a brand new basketball and hope that it made its way to storage or hope that it made its way back here to the office. I never like having to, have families lose out on equipment because it either, ends up getting taken or something like that at the venue. So make sure to remind your players of that when you see them and when you send out messages to the team. So that's the I-9 Sports experience. Jumping ahead, I want to talk about opening day, right? I've covered some of the important things that go into, being a parent coach. What we're looking for and what you guys should be looking for out there. Now let's talk about what to expect on opening day. For those that are at opening day this weekend, this pertains directly to you in the next few days. Maryland, we still have a week and a half until opening day, so there's still some check marks happening. But either way, opening day, we envision happening the same way at each venue, right? One thing that we believe in is the Chick-fil-A model. simply in the fact that whether you're in Virginia, Florida, Nevada, wherever you're at, right? The Chick-fil-A that you go to, you can expect very similar service. The food is very much the same. The fries are the same. The experience, even if it's a long drive-through line, you're getting through it quickly. 99% of the time, you're getting the exact same experience wherever you are, and our venues all should be the same as well. So when you're showing up on opening day, arrive a little early. I always recommend for the coaches, give yourself 5 minutes or more to get there, right? Find good parking, go to the I-9 Sports table, get checked in, get your I-9 Sports, I-9 Sports, get checked in at the I-9 Sports table. For those that have never been to an I-9 Sports program before, if you're at an outdoor venue, you're looking for a giant red canopy tent with a red I-9 Sports table that'll be right there as well. If you're at an indoor venue, you are looking for an I-9 Sports table with a red table skirt on it with a giant I-9 Sports logo, similar to the one you see up in the top corner on here. That is the table you will check in at for opening day and every week after that. On opening day, you'll check in. You'll check your name off on the coach check-in sheet, and then you'll get a jersey bag. It's opening day. We're going to hand out jerseys. They'll give you a jersey bag, and they'll give you a new roster. Now, if you have done your research, you've downloaded the game day app, you'll have access to your roster right there on your phone. You can use that one on opening day. The one thing is that the roster they're going to hand you, the paper copy, does have shirt sizes and stuff on there. And so you can use that. I will say the jersey bags have already been packed, right? We've got 3,000 athletes playing. We've got to pack our jersey bags in advance. So we've got a whole office full of 50 jersey boxes here that will be going out to all the venues. So we've already packed the jerseys. However, we're still going to have some roster moves between now and the start of the season, okay? Especially if you're in Maryland. So please make sure to check your online portal just so you're up to date going into that day. Maybe that morning right before you get to the field, have the app on your phone. So that way you have the most up-to-date roster, because that will be the most up-to-date roster. Even the roster that we print off on Thursday before opening day might have one or two names that's not fully accurate, and our I-9 staff will have a separate digital version of it on their own. So, that is to help guide you with handing out jerseys to try to get them out to the kids as quickly as possible. You'll also grab sportsmanship medals or stickers depending on what program you're in. As I mentioned, I will cover sportsmanship medals in depth here in a second, but for those that are handing out sportsmanship medals, which is typically for age groups of 5 years and up, Pee-wee or more or higher, you will get one medal on opening day to hand out for enthusiasm, which is our sportsmanship value of the day. Each week, you'll be handing out 1, 2, or 3 medals, depending on how many kids are on your team. If you have 10 kids on your team, it's a 6-week season. 4 of the weeks, you're going to have to hand out 2 medals, right? If you play in a soccer program and it's 77, or 8v8, and you've got 13 or 14 kids on your team, some weeks you're going to have to hand out 3 medals, right? And so that's how that comes down. So stickers are for the Super Pee-wee division. If you do T-ball, that's 3 to 4 years old, soccer, 3 to 4 years old, you will actually get a roll of stickers. It'll be like 8 or 9 stickers, how many kids are on your team. And every child will get a sticker each week for exemplifying, that sportsmanship value of that day. Next, after you check in at the table and you get your jersey bag and get your roster and you've got everything that you need and you got your sportsmanship medal and you checked off on the check-in sheet, then you'll head to your practice area. Your practice area can be found a multitude of areas. The first is on your I-9 Sports portal on your schedule. Second, if you've opted into texting, you'll get an automated text each week on, I think it's Friday, right before the Saturday program, and on Saturday for the Sunday program. That'll tell you, hey, coach, or, super excited to see you this weekend at Barron Cameron Park. Practice is at 10:45 on 1A, right, or 2C. That is your practice area. That's where you'll head on opening day or for that game that weekend, right? Make sure to check your schedule. I know a lot of families want to get ahead, and I said this yesterday. They want to get ahead on schedules. They look ahead of time. Always, always, always just double check your schedule before opening day just to make sure that you didn't misread the week, etc. Whatever you got to do just to make sure you're on top of it. And it doesn't hurt as a coach to send out a message as well each week, just quickly on like Friday. Hey, team, I'll see you this weekend. Don't forget practice starts at 10:30 on field 1A or 2B or whatever, wherever you're going to be meeting them, right? You'll head to the practice area, whether it's on the field or the court. You'll hold up your team sign that's in your bag. So if you're the Eagles for flag football, you'll hold that up out there with your red coach's shirt on, as you see with our coach in this picture. You'll introduce yourself to the team, start handing out jerseys. You might have a team parent, or you might find a team parent on game day. Does anybody want to help hand out jerseys? And then we'll start introducing the kids, handing out jerseys, getting names right before we jump into, warm-ups and that, right? If we have time, we'll do some icebreakers, and then we'll jump into the program at the start of the session. I already see some questions coming in the chat. That's fantastic. If you do have any questions, just put them in there. Even if I answer them, I will still highlight at the end. And if I did answer it already, I will just reiterate the answer or etc. So don't feel like you can't put the question in there. Even if I answer it, that's not a big deal. On opening day, our I-9 Sports staff will be out there in their blue I-9 Sports staff shirts. It says staff in giant letters across the back. They'll be out there to start the sessions, blow the whistle, get everybody hyped up to start the session, and help us kick off with a warm-up, and then help us kick off the first drill, right? On opening day, our staff loves to help out, making things as easy as possible for our coaches, for our families, and so you can expect to see that. Some of our programs, for example, like volleyball, are actually staff-led programs, and we still have coaches and they still do their own thing, but our staff will generally lead the session each week. But on opening day, you can always expect that. Same thing with basketball. Because it's a smaller environment, it's only 4 teams or 2 teams in a gym. It's a lot easier for our staff to lead the programs for our coaches, to lead the programs for our families. So you can expect to see that while you're out there. The fields is a little bit more difficult, especially if we have 3 or 4 teams practicing in a giant area. And so it might be a little bit different, but you can still expect that whistle, our I-9 Sports staff to be out there, our site manager at your venue, etc., kicking things off, introducing themselves, and making sure it's an awesome first week with you guys. So we'll be following along with the practice plans and kicking things off. Any diversions, our staff will notify you and let you guys know. After practice concludes, we'll begin the game. On week 1, we don't keep score officially. It's just a scrimmage, right? Our staff is going to be out there. One thing you'll notice is you have a staff member assigned to your field. So, for example, on one of our regular fields, so for the way our venues are set up, we'll have 3 fields side by side. But the fields will be broken up into half fields for the youngest age groups for soccer, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. We assign a staff member to each half field because they'll be reffing that game. So whatever game or field that our staff is going to be reffing at, they will work with those 2 teams for practice. So we do have a staff member to 2 teams. That is why we need volunteer coaches, because we don't have 4 staff members that are out there where 2 are coaching the teams and 1's reffing. We would need 15 staff per field, or not per field, sorry, per venue, just to make things run, right, in that one session. And that's not to mention we're going to be in these venues for 8 to 10 hours a day. Our staff gets there at 7:30. Most venues, our staff don't leave until 5 or 6 p.m., but we have a second group of staff that come in midway through the day. So, that's what we're doing out there. Our staff is out there trained and certified on practice plans and rules to make sure it's a great environment. So on week 1, you will see them keep score discreetly. That is for us internally to kind of monitor and see what scores are looking like on week 1. But we don't keep score officially. It's a scrimmage. It's for the kids to get out there, see game format a little bit. It's not a matter of getting every single ounce out of the game. It's a scrimmage setup for week 1. Every other week after that will be scored games, full time, all that stuff. Once the game ends, you will meet with your team, or our staff will help you guys meet with your team, and that's where we'll hand out our sportsmanship medal for the day, and cover that with the team of those that exemplified enthusiasm in week 1, and then whatever sportsmanship value it is for the weeks after. So, week 1, I highly recommend, if you have not done so already, get into the portal, get into your resources, and start looking at week 1's practice plans, and see what drills there are. If you have any questions on practice plans, if you have any questions on rules, please do not hesitate to reach out. I shared that number earlier, 703-544-7881. You have a question, shoot us a phone call or shoot us a text even. Hey, this is Coach so-and-so, or hey, this is Alex. I just wanted to touch base. I had a couple questions on the practice plans for week 1 or the roster or this, that, and the other. Can someone give me a call? or call us and leave us a voicemail if we aren't able to answer. We will get back to you. As I mentioned, Liz is our communications admin. She's also our coach admin. And Chris is doing a lot of our program operations with the game day operations. So, those two are key figures in making sure you all have the information you need. So please use them. They're a resource for you. We make this as easy as possible. So that's kind of touching on what to expect. How's everybody feeling so far? Thumbs up if we're feeling pretty good. Thumbs down if we're feeling still a little antsy, still not sure. Hopefully I don't see too many thumbs down, but if I do, I totally get it. A lot of thumbs up from everybody who's on the call. Like I said, this is an informational, and I know I'm going over a lot, but these are integral meetings for us, integral touch points to really help educate on what we're looking to accomplish. So that way you can have fun on opening day and not feel the first day of school jitters again, like I've had in the past where I've coached with other organizations where you show up on opening day, you have no idea what's going on, and you're never met the team before, no roster, no communication, etc. So next, I touched on the game day app. I'll touch on some frequently asked questions here as well. The i9 Sports Game Day app, it's an awesome tool. There's also game day notifications on there. So if you don't want to opt into texts, download the Game Day app. Opt into notifications on there. We won't send you any notifications on there. It's just the system letting you know you have an upcoming game. Here's the practice plans, your sportsmanship value, etc. You can find your season info on there. It used to be an i9 Sports mobile coach app. They've changed it to the Game Day app. Now every family can use it. It has resources for everybody. If you are a coach and you're volunteering, you get access to practice plans on there. But if you're just a general family member, you can also access your team information, season information, etc. And we even have some cool activities to try at home. It's all in one convenient location that you can use. One sidebar to that, if there's any soccer families in here, and I didn't share it with the what to expect meeting yesterday, so that I'll share it with you guys. I'll give you a little bit of insight into this. We're piloting a new feature this season. It's not for every sport. We're starting with soccer, so our soccer families are going to be able to get to experience it. What we're doing this season is we're going to be debuting a activity at home for the athletes, right? It's really awesome that we're a convenient organization. You guys practice right before the game. You have your game. But we wanted to take it a step further and start to try to pilot a at-home activity. So this week, actually tomorrow, you'll receive an email for our soccer families with a week 0 at-home activity for your kid to do. It's a really brief. It's a 40-second YouTube short video on a quick agility drill. That's actually tomorrow's. It's an agility ladder drill. But don't worry, you don't have to have a ladder. We show you in the video that you can use even shoes for it. It's actually coached by one of our i9 Sports staff members who actually also intern here. She's a D1 and a semi-professional soccer player. And she'll actually be walking the kids through soccer drills each week of the season, leading up to a culmination at the end of the program. So we're piloting that this weekend or this season. I know if you're doing other sports, I'm sorry. We will be looking to expand that as soon as summer for all of our sports, right? The biggest thing with that is trying to connect with, really awesome individuals that are able to help us get all of that for baseball, for basketball, for flag football, for volleyball, etc. So you're still going to get the great i9 Sports support, i9 Sports support at the venue, but we're trying to figure out ways to, increase your, what you're getting here at i9 Sports. Quick, I want to go over the frequently asked questions. If you were on the call yesterday, you've already seen this. If you've been with us before, you've seen this. Anything that you're getting i9 Sports merchandise-wise, socks, shorts, shin guards, you ordered a basketball, you ordered a volleyball, whatever from i9 Sports, that all comes directly from the headquarters. We don't handle any of that. We only provide your jersey on game day, and if you're a baseball player or your child's a baseball player, we will provide your hat as well. Those are what we provide on game day. Anything else that you ordered when you registered, that stuff is shipped directly to you and can be handled accordingly through there. If you have any questions about an order that you did submit, or if you need to get a refund or you have a question, size doesn't fit, you can send us an email. We will just divert you to the customer service team at i9sports.com. It's customer service at i9sports.com. We're a volunteer program in a multitude of ways. Obviously, as you know, it's volunteer coach led. We have volunteer team parents now. But we also are a 501c3 as well, where we offer scholarships and grants to students in need. We partner with a lot of Title I schools. We actually have a partnership program with all local PTA and PTOs. We're very much a community-driven program here. We're focused on providing girls an opportunity to play in girls programs, girls-only leagues. Same thing with boys in volleyball, and debuting a boys-only league in volleyball as well, right? We're all about trying to build a community here, both from a coaching standpoint, our volunteer coaches, which we strive to get 2 coaches to every team. Our staff's working hard to make that happen. But also in everything else that we're doing, the team parent role, et cetera, which I'll touch on in the next slide or 2 slides from now. So we do a lot of amazing things here. We're always trying to get involved. So shameless plug, if you're a local business or you work with one or you're connected to a PTA, PTO, we're always trying to get connected with our community. Get us in touch with those people. We'd love to, make something happen from a partnership standpoint. I9 Sports Portal is your database for everything along with the game day app. You get your schedule, your practice game area, snack sign up, what color your jersey is going to be that week, what field you're at, what area you're playing in, practice, game, etc. So make sure to use your i9sports.com portal to get all that information. And then last but not least, I already talked about the sportsmanship medals, but the end of season awards. We'll get a lot of questions about that. We will have an email that goes out later this season about the end of season protocol. So week 4, week 5, we'll send out what to expect, when Coach Appreciation Day is, how closing day will go. But at the end of the season, we have an award ceremony. For the divisions that have trophies as well as medals, that's the 7 and up divisions. When they have 4 or more teams. If we're able to have a league format where we have 4 or more teams, we will have trophies. If it's only a 2-team division, we hand out medals, just like our other programs for the 3 to 6-year-olds. The reason we do medals for the 2-team division rather than awarding 1-team trophies and 1 team not is we try to keep the opportunity to balance teams as needed during a season, right? Oftentimes there are 2-team programs. It's still an awesome environment. The kids still enjoy themselves and really have a good time. We ref it. We treat it like any other week. We keep score. We have standings, etc. It's just when it comes down to awarding an actual division winner, we'll just have kind of a winner of the final day. Because ultimately at that point, we hope to have, a balanced rosters by then if we don't already. But we just don't want one team to get beat up throughout the season. So we might move kids from one roster to the other, or, just alternate and do joint practices at times. There's a lot of different variety to our 2-team programs, but our staff ultimately will still give them the same experience as any other group in our league. But that's kind of how we do participation medals for 3 to 6-year-olds. And then we do trophies and medals for the 7 and up age groups. If you do have questions still about awards, you will see an email later this season, but you can reach out with any additional questions as well as it pertains to closing day, awards, etc. So that kind of covers all the frequently asked questions. And these are not all of them, obviously, but these are just some that we see pretty frequently, and we want to try to provide those answers as much as possible in this